Based on the facts, it was necessary to go above the muscular fatigue to reorganize the central nervous system. From my point of view, I didn't see any norms of progress except destroying myself and physically and psychologically. But once again, in every negative thing, there is something positive. This week's training course of 1 month forced me to understand the discipline of the training, because for several years, I trained an average of 6 hours a day, every day. These good things helped me because I've coach Claude de la Palma found an article in the newspaper and called me and said, yeah, what you do, it's interesting. You don't do the same what we do in hospital. And he tried to coach me and manage me, and he gave me some book of development personnel. And it's really helped me. I think it was the beginning to understand what is important in the life. After 2 years of quadriplegia, I need to change something. So I decided to see a healer, Dr. Joao in Brazil, and I was going there to make more like a surgery invisible. That means it's a little bit complicated to explain, but it just helped me, I think, to be better with my mind and to start meditation and light therapy. Tired of intensive therapy with Professor Charlet, I couldn't take it anymore. I decided to see the Centre Giusti in Italy. And this center learned me to try more with musculature than coordination. So it was quite a good new motivation for my training. At this period of my life, everything was difficult. So I tried to make a little step. I go in a hospital, Zurich, East London, to implant some electric stem cells in the belly and in the legs. And this case helped me a little bit to have more function in the bladder and in the legs. But anyway, it was only the beginning. So it was not the best feeling I can have to get better. Laurie was my girlfriend for 7 years and intensive relationship. Life has put me in front of one of the hardest experiences of my life. The one who loved me, gave me pleasure, support me during the accident, who support me, listen to me, who was my confidant, my nurse. And I decided to leave to fly off her wings. But what reproach could I make? In her place, I would have probably stayed after a few weeks with a quadriplegic. But then again, it was the most difficult life experience ever. But again, thanks to my coach, my family, and my incredible friends who forced me to get out of my comfort zone. Kick me in the ass so I would think and force me to go out. See people, everything, and I hate to do that in this time. This moment in my life made me understand one thing. Everything can be healed by moving forward and letting time do its work. So after losing that, I start to come back what I like the most, motocross. And I start to working in the bulldozer of 15 ton. In October 2009, I start to work with TCS because he want to make some lesson to rent how to drive with car. This was really difficult because I have no idea how to make that. I have no idea how to build ice. But anyway, with a little practice and times, we start with that. So you can see the circuit is completely ice. Why in Ukraine? Because everything is different with ethic and it's not the same politic. So I inject some stem cells and some electric implant in my neck, and it really helped me to get better and to have different point of view. You can see the Dr. Yaminski. In the beginning, I was a little bit scared because I was thinking, oh, what's happened? It's a different country. But after with the time, he explained me the surgery and everything is the same. It just the hospital was really old. It just have the Second War. He rebuilt, and after nothing changed. So it was a little bit risky, but I don't lose my goal. My goal it was to get better, and in this case, I can say it really helped me. And after that, I need to find solution because all the robots, the therapy, and the sports room we built in Max Regeneration Center in Bule. So we need to find money. So we organize some different kind of events, some motocross, autocross, and one snowcross in the ice. So, like you see before, in 2011, 6 years after my accident, I make one of my first goals. Normally, it's completely impossible when you are quadriplegic because he fixed my hand in the bar and we fix my legs. And now I drive with the electric bike. That means it's more easy to drive because you have only gas and brake. But yeah, like I tell you before, it's more, now I want to get better to have better feeling. Because when you are able to make some jump 20 meters and 8 meters higher, it's not easy to stay on the floor. And like you see before, we found solution to have this exobionics. Before, I want to say thank you EPFL and everybody because it helped me a lot to try different kind of robot, and this one it's the best. But again, the company tell me no, it's not possible for you to try because you are quadriplegic. It's not possible to drive this robot. I say, well, I can drive motorbike, so I think I can try. And so it was really amazing because I was in London, and you have the newspaper Le Matin, maybe you know, was coming with me, and everything was happened perfectly because before I was training in the gymnastic, so I have a little bit the same feeling, and I was directly allowed to working. So it was again a good goal. After making surgery in Notville, I make implantation of triceps, and because I have no triceps, and he helped me. Just the bad things, I don't have enough musculature to grow. So it's all the time the same time. So that means I'm really painful. But anyway, in every negative things, you have some good things. I want to know if you follow me. It's okay? Okay, good. Because I'm not all the time scared about my bad English. After that, I make a trip in Vietnam. So it was really one of the more complicated trips because when I was going there, I have plan, I have everything, and I remember I was there Monday, and when I go there, I see it's crazy, I have nobody. So I found some girl, and he tell me, no, you need to come next month. It's not this day. I say, but I have planned everything. I say, yeah, but you just need to wait. So I understand in this country you have different kind of philosophy of the time. I say, I'm only here for 2 weeks, so what I will do? I say, oh, you just need to wait. So I have maybe other strategy, and I take the plane and I go in the north of the Vietnam, and we found the healer. And anyway, he helped me a lot to feel I need to swim more and to make a different kind of exercise. It was just the come back by airplane because I have a lot of blood in my back, so I can sit normally. But yeah, again, it's the way of the travel. After that, we decided to go in USA to see some different kind of therapy. For example, we make some exercise. It's more like to make some sector of musculature and different kind of point of view. Maybe Clément, you can explain a little bit more. Oh no. And later we come every year to really come back in this kind of therapy because, for example, before I was just training, and because I can feel, sometimes I was talking, so see some movie, but after this trip, I really understand the quality is more important to the quantity. That means when I train, I really need to be focused and find the perfect coordination before me and the coach. It's why I have a coach. It's why we train 3 times per week, because it's really, really important to have a good coach with good material and good training. After that, I was thinking maybe it's good to do something else, to have electric implantation in the spinal cord, and normally this electric stimulation helps you to walk, like I do with exoskeleton, but inside you. But anyway, this trick again will not happen like I was thinking. When I arrived to Bangkok, he lost my 2 wheelchairs and all my luggage. So I remember I was in the airport and I want to go out in the hotel, and the company give me another wheelchair. And when I want to go out the airport, he said me, no, you need to give back the wheelchair. I say, yeah, but what I will do? I will stay in the floor. I say, no, it's not my problem. You need to find a solution. So I remember I was maybe 3 or 4 hours to speak, and in the end, I received, I think, my wheelchair 2 weeks after. So it will be, it was a complicated trip. But anyway, again, I found some solution, and I can speak with the doctor, with everything. But in the end, I don't agree with this operation because, yeah, it was 100,000 francs, so I don't have this money just like that. So maybe one day I will find money. Like I tell you, I have a lot of electric implantation and everything, but with the long term, I see I have pain, I have spasms, so I decide to take off all these things. So it was, yeah, not a mistake, but with the time we understand more and more. After all this surgery and therapy, in 2019, I decided to change my training. I need to see some other horizon. So I try to write some book because a lot of people ask me what we can do, what is good, what is not good. So I say, okay, I will write. But you need to know, writing was not really my cup of tea. I was never strong at school, and even less in French. But with perseverance, all my book I write, I think, 3 times. And I managed to finish my first book in July 2021. But this book still cost me a back ulcer due to the fact that I didn't do a lot of gymnastics. I slept in bad mattresses, and maybe some emotion go out. So you can see on the right side, it's the red things I have. It takes me 1 year to get better. So if you want, I have some book there, and the second one, we go normally the 21 December, we'll finish to the printer. In 2020, we organized one of the most amazing charity race. We take the opportunity because you have the COVID, and you have no events, you have no more race. So we have the possibility to have some rider of World Championship. So this edition was most amazing. Again, we just take the opportunity. Now you can start the video, just 2 minutes for what is motocross if nobody knows. Clément, si jamais tu fais rien. After that, in 2019, we found some good company because do you know Neurogel en Marche? It's I think the project is one of the most amazing, most of the more amazing therapy we can do. It takes some fat stem in the belly, and it inject in the spinal cord. And with this kind of surgery, a lot of patients have a lot of progress. That means we see you have 6 French patients come in the rehabilitation Max Air Center who work with Clement, and most of them have a lot of progress. For example, they have more progress with the bladder, with the intestine, and some of them can walk again with no defibrillator. And why I discover really important after that, it's the food. Because one day, after all the time I have a lot of pain in my belly, and I start to make some fasting with no drink and no food. And after that I was feeling a little bit better. So I continue, I eat only food for 1 year. But for sure I miss some probiotic and microbiotic, and I start instincto therapy. That means you need to smell your food and eat. But for sure it's better when it's raw and biologic. So at this time I try to, sorry, I lost my phone. I made the decision to live as normally as possible. It's a decision that was made deep inside myself. I want to say again thank you to my coach, Claude de la Palma. We work on my mind and personality. Reading best-selling and self-help book has helped me to make more progress. I think I live a more intense life than most of people in general. In fact, I think about it, I have dated more girls in the last few years than I did before my accident. You see, there are also benefits to spending your evening reading self-help book rather than watching stupid movie and eating pizza. Claude, my coach, always asked me to remember that what is invisible is much more important than what is visible. It's like my robots that support me. The invisible micromotor and the integrated circuit are much more important than the visible external metal structure. It's like you. If one day you train some sportsmen, all the work upstream will never be seen when the sportsman will be interviewed or get success. But no matter, you do something by passion because you like it. By the way, I have to tell you a story that may involve all of a student and for which I often thank for life. In the beginning, take a telephone for 3 minutes was an effort equal to doing 30 minutes of motocross race. For those who know motocross, 3 minutes, it's super physical. Just imagine, sneezing sometimes made me fall off my chair. I can't tell you the panic in some case. For the lovely people who were taking care of me. Thanks again to my man for your help to get back in the chair. And the most vivid memory is the following. In the middle of the night, in intensive care, I wake up and I hear drops of blood on the floor. Oops. I see my catheter has been ripped out instead of filling me with the expected liquid. I'm bleeding out. Natural reflex, I try to call for help, but paralyzed with a tracheotomy, impossible to move or shout. A nurse enters the room to close the window. And as I don't speak and don't move, the nurse doesn't notice anything, doesn't check anything, and just leave. Wow. It was at this time, very moment that I took to myself. My big Benoit. It's going to be complicated and even dangerous if you have to depend on others and if you don't find solution by yourself. At work, my friends, you have to manage your own. After a few minutes of reflection, I suddenly imagine doing the fish with my mouth. This song saved my life. When the nurse came by again, he didn't indeed found it a bit weird and was able to intervene urgently to avoid the worst. I had just experienced one of my most beautiful lessons, the need for independence. There are dozens to tell you about, but I think you don't want to sleep here. To sum up my situation, which was seem very difficult to some young people, I would like to tell you that you should never trust appearance. Of course, it's not all rosy up there. But I know that if it gets dark, even the best therapy becomes useless and end up not working. It's certain that I could have avoided this accident, I would have done it. Because my uncle, Jean Tevena, is also a quadriplegic. So I know it wasn't easy. So my advice for these fit people here, whatever you do, try to calculate and minimize the risk you take. On the other hand, I beg you, take risk. Because a life in which an individual does not take risk is not worth for living. So, who in the room, after hearing my story, my goal was to live his dream that he never dared to live before. You know, all my life, I have a lot of problems. When it's happened, you think it's the end of the world. But then you found solution, and after a few weeks, you are laughing. It's the art of telling yourself that tomorrow will be better. You can see here when I have problem with the bulldozer. I can say thanks to my father because it was not so easy to take away. The short term, my goal is to work without a robot and to have more physical function. I have already studied several strategies to reach this goal, which I will achieve in the coming months of year. I want to go to China, but I just need visa now. Finally, I remain convinced that thanks to our mind and your will, there is a solution to every problem. Among other things, it's my willpower that it has allowed me to avoid taking heavy medication and to avoid many hospital stays. My last piece of advice to you is this. Life presents us with challenge. Sometimes it's very great, sometimes not so great. It is not what happened to us that counts. What really matters is how we react to what happened to us. Before the accident, I was always challenging myself, sometimes very risky. Today, I have decided to simply take up the challenge of my life with courage, which is already a lot. But the best thing in the life is to play the clairvoyance and anticipation care, to avoid creating problems, and not to be a specialist who solves the problem that we have created of yourself. So, I want to say thank you for your listening. And And if you want, I finished my second book last week, if you understand French. I make a 25% discount with EPFL, if you like. So again, thank you for everything, and we see you later, maybe. Goodbye.
Thank you so much, Benoit, for sharing your insights. You are probably one of the most inspiring characters we have ever met, and we wish you really the best and look forward to read your second book as well and to continue the discussion today. Speaking about great achievements, let's now reward the best graduates of the 2022 edition. The first award is the award for the best research paper. This award is presented by the Olympic Study Center and the Swiss Sport Managers Association. Please welcome on stage Mrs. Nuria Puig from the Olympic Study Center and Mrs. Ilaria Esposito, co-president of the Swiss Sport Managers Association.
Thank you very much, Claude. Thank you very much to all. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's really a pleasure to be with you today, this evening. During the last year, we have had the opportunity to be in touch with all of you in several opportunities. We welcome you at the IOC Olympic Study Center to show you the collections we have. We were organizing for you a day at the Olympic House to present you some of the key IOC programs. I had the opportunity, I remember last November to November 21, to discuss with some of you about the possible topics for your research papers. And also I know that some of you were involved in the IOC research teams. So it's really a pleasure to be with you today for this graduation ceremony, which marks the end of your master. As I hope you will remember, one of the missions of the IOC Olympic Study Center is to collect, to enrich, and to share the most relevant Olympic-related knowledge. So you have contributed as well to enrich this knowledge thanks to your research papers. So it's really a pleasure to share the stage with Ilaria to present the nominees and the award of this best research paper. Ilaria.
Dear graduates, congratulations to everyone. Dear Mr. President, dear Claude, dear sport friends, it's so nice to see so many faces that I have met during my sport career. We are very proud for Swiss Sport Managers to be here today and to be a long-term partner of the AISTS. I take this opportunity to thank Claude, really. I know next year will be your last year, so thank you very much for everything you have done for this partnership and also to the that I contributed to the development of our association. So thank you very much from all our board and all our members. Sorry, I got emotional a little bit to say thank you. And just a few words about Swiss Sport Managers. We are the Swiss Sport, the organization who gather all sport managers in Switzerland, but all our sport managers, they come from all around the world. They are people working in sport organizations, or they are, like you, people graduated from a sport school, a sport management school. So we have approximately 400 members, and we will be very happy to welcome most of you in our association. What we do, we organize events, we organize gathering moments, we organize a lot of apéros as well. Like we have started our story in Romandie, so apéros are part. But the most important thing is that we give our members the opportunity to link, to share knowledge with each other, to share experiences, and this is a very great opportunity to discover the sport industry, the sport world especially because here in Switzerland we are so lucky. We have so many sport organizations. A lot it has been developed here in Switzerland, so it's a very great opportunity for you to be part of the sport industry, the sport world. So now I think it's
time to announce the nominees. So I thought that I will have
the
a
names.
paper or here. Okay.
There.
So let's start with the 3 nominees. The first one is Emilian Choi for the topic on legacy of Youth Olympic Games. That may capture Second nominee is Elisa Hamelin on enhancement and optimization of the judging system in women's artistic gymnastics. And the third nominee is Paulina Petrova on private equity investments in sports, value beyond money.
And just before to say the winner is, what is the prize? So the prize is 1-year membership for Swiss Sport Managers, and the person will also receive a prize money of 300 Swiss francs. So, and the winner is?
Just a moment, because the second prize is a voucher for the Olympic Museum shop of 200 Swiss francs.
Okay, great. so many prizes. So now the winner is Mrs. Paulina Petrova. Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Hilaria and Nouria, for this great award and for speaking about AISTS. Thanks a lot. I would like also to take the opportunity to thank all the supervisors of the research paper who are among our professors and experts, and also in our team to the coordinator of all the research paper, and also a good advisor to the participants, Dimitri Balomenos, who is sitting there, and you will meet with him as well in a moment. So now it's time for the Valedictorian Award. I've learned this name thanks to Jess, our experts in English. So basically the best master participants in terms of grades across everything. So I would like for that to invite on stage now Mr. Zeki Ayan from the prestigious Omega company. Zeki is international sport marketing manager and have been also a big person for AISTS, hosting the visit at the Omega headquarters every year since many years. So thank you, Zeki. I would like also to invite Aude Tevna, our program manager, for presenting the award. Please.
Distinguished guests, dear graduates, ladies and gentlemen, the journey of Omega, for those who know within sports, started back in early 20th century. It didn't take long for Omega ultra-precise product to be recognized by the world's leading organization, who naturally aspired to partner with the best watchmaker time in sports, like the IOC, back in 1932 in Los Angeles. Since 1932, Omega is honored to have served as the official timekeeper of the Olympic Games, a task proudly undertaken earlier this year in Beijing, and one will resume in 18 months in Paris, where Omega will assume its role for the 31st time already. Once again, we'll serve the best athletes in the world, like some of who participate in this room, recording their Olympic dreams, as they strive to achieve their lifelong goals. Why this is relevant information today? I hear you all ask, like, why is he talking about this? All of us are believers in sports. Its power to generate emotions, to unify people, and to make our world a better place, to good-natured competition and the power of the rings. We are very humbled today, and thank you again, Claude, to be collaborating with the AISTS Master's Program, an innovative education program, like us, Swiss-made, with a focus on sports for passionate people like all of us. For all of you, today marks a new turning point, a new start. Graduating as the best of the best, you begin your next chapter with big dreams and bold ambitions. Today, more than ever, I think the recent years have shown us that we need a society with this, with people like you guys, with huge dreams, people with ambition of making the world a better place, people who will achieve, who will try to be pioneers. Sport is the perfect field of play, without bad joke. All of this to make a reality, and to have literally an impact in this world. With this said, obviously, I see Aude waiting there. A watch is a perfect way to mark a milestone. Even for those who doesn't win tonight, I invite you to visit one of our store. Okay, that was my sales pitch. Obviously, it has an emotional value and can be worn forever as a reminder of what you guys have achieved here. And somehow, Leah can confirm it's a little bit lighter than a medal on a daily basis. Today, one of you will live this special moment with a symbol of your success, hard work, and commitment. And really, on behalf of Omega, we are really proud to present that for this master that embodies so many great values that we share in our company for almost a century. And it's really a recognition to your dedication and your achievement. So today we are very proud to present the Best Master Award 2022 paper to Mr. Andrew Koch. J'aurais dû donner ça en fait.
Oh, ouais, faudra lui donner.
I still have your diploma.
So big congratulations to Andrew again. Huh? And a big thank you again to Zeki and Omega for this exceptional gift. Let's now celebrate this award with some more dance. The second performance will be en pas de deux with Quinton Williams, who is also from Béjar. The piece was choreographed by the artistic director, Gilles Roman. So please, our two dancers.
Thank you very much for this beautiful and joyful dance, Mina and Quinten. Our next speaker is representing the AISTS Alumni Committee. She graduated in 2018. She's from India, lived in India, in Hong Kong, in the Netherlands, and in Switzerland for the last 5 years. Prior to AISTS, she was a well-known sport journalist and television news anchor, hosting the highest-rated primetime English news program in India. I'd like to call on stage Ms. Tina Sharma-Tiwari.
Thank you, Celine. Thank you, Claude. Thank you, everyone, and good evening to all of you. The inspirational speakers that we've heard tonight, to the AISTS faculty, the staff, and most of all to the graduating class of 2022. It's really my honor to speak to you tonight on the behalf of the AISTS Alumni Committee, which you will be joining the community in a few minutes from now that you have officially graduated. You are entering a very rich, diverse, and unique group, one which we hope will prove to be relevant to you in the years to come, and one which I'm sure will really gain from your integration as well. I just wanted to speak to you maybe for a couple of minutes about something that perhaps I wanted to hear when I was sitting there 5 years ago in those chairs getting my diploma. I've thought about this for the last couple of weeks, and I wanted to share something which I feel is useful to you. Perhaps beyond the chase your dreams and you can do anything that you want to do and nothing is impossible, which is all completely true. But what I hope to be able to share with you today is how you can do those things and not just the fact that you can. I'll just start by telling you about some of the insecurities that some of us had when we were doing this program. There were some very young participants in our class who didn't have those big, fat, long CVs. And their insecurities really stemmed from, are we going to be able to carve a space for ourselves in this world? What are we going to do next? On the other end of the spectrum, there were those of us who were the oldest in the group, and we had completely different insecurities. Our insecurities were, we had those long, fat CVs and the experience, but we had responsibilities. And for some of us, the concern was really, what if we don't eventually find a job that we're really suited to? Or, what if we have to take a few steps back? Is there going to be a regression in my career? So I look back on the situation then, and I think of how so many of us from different backgrounds and different fields really navigated that to where we are today, to being secure, settled, and fulfilled in our roles. And how we contribute to this wonderful world of sport that we are so privileged to work in. And the one word that comes to mind when I think of everyone from my group that's been able to get onto the path that they wanted to get onto is a word that I heard, I think, almost every speaker talk about tonight or mention tonight, which is perseverance. It's great to look back and see, this life's mantra being proved true again and again, not just by my classmates, but people I know who've done the program before us and after us. It's something I always talk about when someone asks me for advice, and this is what I wanted to say to you today. The fact that any goal is reachable if you simply put one step in front of the other. Let's just talk about it in the literal sense first. If you think about a goalpost, let's say 100 meters from you, you know you have to get there. You can stand there and visualize all you want. You can dream about it, you can talk about it. But until you lift that foot, put it in front of you, and then put the next foot in front of that, you're not going to be on your way. But what I can promise you is when you do lift that foot, and then the next, and then the next, there is no law of physics that's going to stop you from getting where you need to go. And that's really something that I would urge you to keep in mind, apart from the literal sense, really in your careers, in your life, in your professional growth, in your personal growth as well. You don't have to think about those 100 meters or 1,000 meters or 1,000 kilometers that are in front of you. You really just have to think about that one step that you can do today. And I know there's always athletes in the group. We know we have 2 Olympians here. I think, you athletes understand the concept of training. And it's really similar because I like to call this training your muscles of excellence, so to speak. If you can focus on doing what you can do today to the best of your ability, you're on your way. You just have to do that. What you can do today, you do with excellence. You focus on that one step of excellence every single day, and I absolutely promise you, you will get where you need to go. So the point I'm trying to make here is that this concept that we all have of getting from point A to point B physically is also something that you can actually imbibe into your lives in your personal and professional development. And all you have to do is not think about your peak performance, not think about what you're, how you're going to get to this amazing role that you want to be at 5, 10, 15 years from now, but really what you can do about it today. Just with that note, I would like to welcome you into a wonderful network that's waiting for you to be a part of it and ready to give you a little nudge if you ever need it. And so on behalf of my colleagues on the Alumni Committee, Thomas Roos, Zhao Li, Peter Marlett, and Christy Dukart, I welcome you all into the fold, and I wish you that little bit of excellence every single day. Congratulations to our newest members.
Thank you very much, Tina, for this precious and very useful piece of advice to our graduates. Congratulations. Now the AISTS alumni family counts 685 members. It's now time to give the floor to our graduates. So I'd like to call on stage Claudia, Pratik, and Francesca, who will be speaking on behalf of the class.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening again. Chief guest, friends and family, and all the administration. And of course, our beloved classmates. I'm glad to have you here for the graduation ceremony of the 2022 AISTS Master's Program. Are you surprised to see 3CR for the first time? Well, you should be. I guess this was the first and last year that the administration allowed it. Because we are special, and I'm sure in some situation, someone would use another adjective. But this is what we are, special. And now family. Some of us flew back for this day from Thailand, Mexico, Korea, and even Mongolia. And few of them are following us online from Korea, Qatar, and Canada. In our class, we had more than 14 nationalities. But we are one family now. And now that we have all signed and graduated, and we can say whatever we want, we would like to thank the AISTS administration for bringing 24 individuals to one family. But now I leave the floor to Sisi.
Distinguished guests, friends, family, dear classmates again. This year has been full of dreams and hopes and challenges and successes and fun and hard moments. But it is safe to say that we all successfully managed our big and small challenges and endeavors. We are all eager to see where our career and life path will take us. And I am sure we will help each other to get there, because we are stronger together. Ours was such a diverse class in nationalities, skills, personalities, that we could always profit and learn from each other. And thank you all for bringing your uniqueness to the lessons, our dear classmates. And thank you also for all the partners and in general, all the stakeholders that have made our path of knowing us better. And actually sport is a continuous practice of knowing each one of us better and improving ourselves. So to thank also specifically the administration, we have a slide, thank you, For our teachers, the scientific committee, the AISTS administration, that with effort and care to see us succeed, designed, implemented, and managed every day our lessons, our career coaching sessions, and agenda, including the field visits. Thank you, Odd. And again, thank you at large for our stakeholders in general for facilitating our path. Borrowing a phrase from T.S. Eliot, only those who will risk going too far can possibly find out how far one can go. So we have created a small segment with a lot of care and love. So now, Fran, again.
Are you ready? I doubt. So now we can move to the USA team. So thank you, Andrew, for your 365 days of chicken breast lunch. We are Lisa, to being Lisa, bringing the most of us on trails. Thank you. Kevin, for that noisy hard typing, keeping us awake after lunch classes. Thank you. And now I would like to introduce you one of our biggest community in class, the Indian gang. Yeah. Starting with Shahrukh for your messy table, where we were able to find anything on it, from painkillers to chocolate to some coins for the machine. Shubham for your always leaking bottle of coffee. Thank you. And Jay for always being the last one to go. Pratik, just being practical, Pratik. Ankush, that I guess is following online, for your calm and amazing Indian food party. And Anmol, super volunteer, always ready to go for a bike ride or a dip in the lake. Thank you.
That's only half of our class. The other, one of our other biggest community comes. So, EG, for always bringing positive energy to the class, a mom for all of us. Thank you for being, congratulations for being a nominee as well for the research paper. Jongsu, for a laugh that would wake us all up, even when he is sleeping. Jisoo, for your incredible multitasking skills. Both of them, I hope they are following us online. Ki, for your incredible sense of humor. Brian, short but nice journey with you, and we miss you. Hope he's also following online. Ivy, for your sweet innocence and amazing Chinese parties. Nomi, our personal chocolate dinner, and your singing as well. Pratik will introduce the rest.
Moving forward, we have some Latin Americans also, even though now one of them is Italian too. Cici, thank you for adding some salsa to our events over the year. And Perry, we know now where all the missing coffee capsules went. Now talking about the locals, the Europeans. Leah, thank you for making sure we celebrated every birthday in the class with a super tasty cake. Elisa is the reason why every restaurant in Lausanne has a balance sheet ready all time of the year. Artem, he is the undisputed Swiss king who knows how to live the life. Paulina, the class missed you on weekends. Daniel, thank you for introducing us to Canva, Kahoot, and super fancy presentations. Fran, he is our president, our host, amazing chef, and a friend you should always have in your life. Now, let's have one graduation motivational quote to make the process formal again. The road to success is always under construction. In the end, one last thank you to everyone who shared this moment of happiness with MAS class of 2022 tonight. It's time to celebrate all the hard work that led to this joyful occasion. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you very much, Cici, Pratik, and Francesco for closing this ceremony with such style and beautiful sketches and personalized stories on every single people in the class. Super cool. Well done. Congratulations again.
Well, we get to the end. Sorry, 20 years, it's a bit emotional. Anyway, it's not finished because tomorrow we have Sarah, you know this very well. In slalom and giant slalom, you have 2 runs. So the second run tomorrow, so it's not finished. Anyway, before closing, I would like to thank and give a big applause to our AISTS staff. Bravo, thank you everyone. Just a little bit of organization. For our graduates, we would like to ask the class to stay here for the group picture here with a professional photograph. And then you can join, of course, the cocktail upstairs, 2 floors up. Everyone is warmly invited to join. There will be actually a photo booth as well upstairs there where you can take picture with your family, friends, and professors. Well, I wish you all the best health and a festive end of the year. Again, that was our 20th ceremony. Sorry for that again. Tomorrow it is over 150 alumni, 250 guests in total at Sinathlon. So it's going to be a big celebration. So we all look forward to see you again there. Let's wish another 20 editions, a growing of our alumni community in a peaceful, healthy, and united world. The ceremony is now officially closed. Thank you, everyone. That's it. So, picture. And everyone can join upstairs. Merci, hein, gentil.